Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wellness Center Creators. Before we dive into today's show, I'd love to tell you a bit about Jane, our show sponsor. Jane is a practice management software that I love and use every day here at Vancouver Wellness Studio. For me, Jane is like having an extra set of helping hands for all of my daily tasks. It's easy to use, and I can book, chart, bill, and get paid all online. By doing these tasks with Jane, we've simplified workflows in our practice and saved a lot of time in admin work. Thanks, Jane. If you want to learn more, head to jane.app to book a one-on-one demo with a member of their team. You can also mention the Wellness Center Creators podcast at the time of sign up for a 1-month grace period applied to your new Jane account. As health and wellness providers, we know that better patient outcomes require a whole person, multidisciplinary approach that we just can't provide on our own. That's why I've started the Wellness Center Creators podcast. I'll be bringing you interviews with experts, tips, tricks, secrets, resources, systems, and solutions so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And creating your wellness center won't feel like starting over. Welcome back, everyone, to the Wellness Center Creators podcast. Today on the show, we have Shawniel. Shawniel, I have never known how to say your last name, and I'm just realizing it now. How do you say it?
It's Chamanlal. That's
Chamanlal.
My husband's last name.
Okay.
Yep, Chamanlal.
Chamanlal. Okay. And you are a licensed clinical social worker, life coach, and founder of Healing Springs Wellness Center. She's passionate about empowering individuals to live a more authentic, meaningful, and fulfilling life. Through her own self-healing journey, she became in tune with her spirituality and used the law of attraction to manifest every success in her life, from her husband to her successful, thriving business. During this podcast, she will share her guidance and expertise of over 15 years of clinical and business experience, introducing you to the powerful tools of manifestation and the law of attraction, exercises allowing you to elevate your life and manifest your biggest desires. Thank you so much for being here, Shawniel.
Thank you so much for having me, Kendall. I'm so happy to be a part of the show.
So, what is manifesting? Let's start with that, because I think people have heard of it. It feels kind of like a big concept. Why would someone want to do it? Tell us about it.
Well, yeah, manifesting is such a buzzword right now. And I call manifesting goal setting with a spiritual twist. So manifesting is making everything that you feel and experience a reality based on your thoughts, actions, and beliefs. So some cognitive behavioral therapy, goal setting, and then being able to have that spiritual faith base. So that to me is what manifesting, you can sum that up. And what I like about going further into manifesting is really having an abundance mindset. And that means really knowing that there are unlimited opportunities in life and business. Sometimes we get stuck on that scarcity mindset or that fear that holds us back, especially in business. So being able to remind yourself that there's unlimited resources and opportunities helps you to attract more of the things that you want.
Absolutely. So, what are some of the key steps when it comes to manifesting, especially when you're looking to start a business, right? Because most of our listeners here are business owners.
Yeah. So, when I think about manifesting, I've had people create vision boards and they'll put pretty pictures and words on their vision boards, or they'll write it down in their journal, and then they'll wait. They'll just wait and think that is just going to magically happen. But there's definitely more to manifesting. And what I've noticed in the years of manifesting small things, such as a parking space, to big things like my soulmate or having a successful, thriving practice, was that you have to start with a desire, really being clear on what you want. So when you think about a business or what you want that to be, you have to have a clear picture. When I was in grad school in 2011, all my colleagues and my peers were talking about working at an agency. And I said to myself, nope, I want to have a practice. I didn't know what that would look like, but I knew that I wanted to help people and I wanted to be a leader. So kind of went against the grain and everyone looked at me like I was nuts because then it was like, you're not in it for the income, you're there for the outcome. And I'm like, no, we're going to make an impact and some income. So really being clear on what you want. And that can help with visualization, writing down, scripting out what that would look like for your business. Who do you want? What are your ideal clients? And then there's dedication. This is the part of manifesting that takes work. It's really being able to outline the steps needed to achieve that. So again, manifesting helps with the faith that these things can happen, but it's also setting up these small actionable steps to make it happen. That might mean finding a coach. I know with Kendall, when I wanted to add a naturopath, a dietitian, I sought out Kendall and I said, I need you to be my coach. So just taking those steps, right? And sharing your vision with people that support you, that can hold you accountable. So dedication is key. The other thing is confidence. Having the right mindset to know that your goals and your dreams are possible. For a lot of us, we may say that we want $1 million practice or to make six figures, but when you really dig deep, maybe there's some doubt. Maybe you don't feel worthy of that. And so you really want to be able to look at if there's any limiting beliefs or blocks that might be coming up for you. And again, that's why it's important to have a coach, even a life coach. It doesn't always have to be a
Yeah.
business coach to help you move through that.
Mhm. And the
And
confidence
then,
piece, sorry to jump in a little bit here. I was
go
just
ahead.
relating to you earlier when you were talking about in grad school, you knew that you weren't going to work in an agency afterwards and you were going against the grain. And I'm willing to bet you had professors telling you that everyone has to go work at an agency and do their time there, right? And I had a very similar experience in grad school, and I too was very clear that it wasn't going to work for me to work in an agency for a variety of reasons, including my own health. And that was okay, but I had to go against the grain. And so when you're talking about action steps and confidence, in the field of helping professions, it's really difficult to have the confidence when you're going through school because we're being told we're supposed to do it a certain way.
Yes, that is so true. It's that programming that really, really gets to our confidence. And really, you have to ask yourself when you have these limiting beliefs, where is it coming from? What is the message? So for us, it was school. It could be your parents. A lot of people don't really understand our passions and our goals when it comes to being an entrepreneur and a business owner. And so, like you said, the confidence to go against that. And I had to do a lot with mindset work. I met a group of social workers that were calling themselves rich social workers. So I aligned myself with people that were entrepreneurs and were social workers. And I remember the Rich Social Work Manifesto that I would read, just saying, like, you don't have to go the traditional route. You can make money. You can find opportunities. And I read that over and over again until it seeped into my core. So whenever people would tell me that they did not believe that I could do it, I knew deep in my core that I could. And you need to align yourself with people that will be able to support that vision and that mindset for sure.
Absolutely. So, what are your go-to tools for manifesting?
My go-to tools, the first I would say is affirmations. I love affirmations because, again, even when those negative thoughts are coming in, and I always joke with, I don't know if most people know about The Secret, right? And the law of attraction. I used to freak out because it would talk about having positive thoughts. And I would be like, oh no, I have a negative thought or self doubt. It's going to cancel my manifestation, which it wasn't. It was really just being aware of those thoughts and being able to shift them. So the law of attraction talks about what you think you become, what you feel you attract, and what you imagine you create. So my favorite affirmations would be, I'm a money magnet. I attract new opportunities with ease. My purpose is my profit. And I'm worthy of love and happiness. So even when those doubts were coming in and those negative thoughts, I would counteract them. And I saw things unfold, like being a money magnet.
Yeah.
Random checks would come in the mail and being able to align with these opportunities. I didn't know how my vision would unfold, but I trusted the universe that it would. And so having these affirmations really did help. So that was one of the tools that I found important. The other is I love doing vision boards. You can do two types of vision boards. You can do one where you focus on different quadrants of your life, health, business, family, but you can also do specific dream boards that focus on specific things that you're trying to manifest, especially big things, right? As visionaries, it takes more energy to manifest big things like a business or 100K or $1 million in revenue. So I would look at that big goal. And for me, that was Healing Springs, my practice. And I had a wellness space as a pitcher. I had different therapists that I wanted to manifest. So I would put them on that vision board. And then I just placed it in my office and I would constantly look at it. And I would have to say that within 2020, when there was the pandemic, when there was a hiring drought, everything that I put on that specific board, I manifested. So it's very powerful. You can really hone down. Journaling is helpful too, as it helps you to keep track of the things that you're manifesting. You can also use it to track your feelings and those beliefs and really be able to counteract them. Journaling is helpful, and even scripting. What does it look like or feel like to have the thing that you're manifesting? So those are my go-to: affirmations, journaling, and specific vision boards.
Mm-hmm.
Hey there, this is Alex from the Jane team. Jane is an all-in-one practice management software and is designed to be helpful to you no matter how or where you practice. Jane offers client-friendly online booking, one-on-one telehealth, family booking features, customizable invoicing and receipts, and much more. And as a new therapist growing and managing your practice, Jane will support you every step of the way to ensure you are successfully up and running. If you're eager to learn more about how Jane can help you grow and manage your small business, head over to jane.app/mentalhealth. If you find yourself thinking, hey, I'm ready to get started with Jane, just use the code WELLNESS1MO at the time of sign up to receive a 1-month grace period. Talk to you soon.
I've known you for about a year, and it's so clear to me that this process works for you. You've created everything that you want and everything that you've imagined, and you're doing it well, and there's an easeful quality about you. So I'm curious, what originally led you on the manifesting journey? It sounds like you've been doing this for a long time, even back to graduate school. So when did this really start for you, and why?
Well, before I even knew what manifesting was, I had a relationship. I manifested my high school sweetheart. I probably was in elementary school reading those like teen love stories. And I'm like, I want that. I want my soulmate high school sweetheart. I did find him sophomore year of high school, and we were together from 16 to 23. The thing about manifesting, sometimes you outgrow the things that you want.
Yeah.
And I outgrew the relationship. And it was very traumatic for me because this is the person I thought was going to be my forever. And it really did take a toll on my self-esteem. And so with doing some of this work around healing my self-worth and my confidence, I figured out I got on this spiritual journey, and that was the catalyst to manifesting, because I did my healing work, inner work, to see all the things that were limiting beliefs and things that I probably took from childhood, like abandonment issues. And so healing that led me into wanting to help people, especially women, in counseling, healing their relationship trauma. But I came across The Secret and a couple of other spiritual healers like Abraham Hicks and Dwayne Dyer and a few people that I started practicing manifesting my soulmate. I knew I wanted to be with someone else. And I eventually, after a year of doing my own healing work, was able to manifest my husband. Now we've been together for 10 years and we have a beautiful 2-year-old son. And I would say that that was the biggest thing that took the most energy. But in that process, I manifest jobs, I manifested trips, and I just started practicing more. And I joke around, I say I'm the manifesting queen because I feel like whatever I dream of or desire, it's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, it's not for my highest good. There'll be something better. So healing my own relationship trauma and becoming in tune with my spirituality helped me to build the confidence to manifest even before I knew what that was. And I've helped a lot of people do the same as well on this journey.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about your business a little bit. When did you know you wanted to start a business?
I would say I was in grad school, maybe a little before that, because I've always had the entrepreneurial spirit, always vision myself having freedom and flexibility. And it was really hard to work a 9 to 5. And when I was in grad school, like that was around the time I was doing my own healing work. And I really wanted to help clients to heal. And I came across someone who had their own private practice. And I said, oh man, I really want to do this. So there was some steps as we talked about the dedication. I worked at a hospital. I worked at a few places, but I always had that vision in the back of my mind. The last place I worked was a group practice in 2015. And to just get the tools needed to be able to open my own. And then in 2018, I set the intention, I'm ready to open this practice and I want to hire. And I would say that I went from having one therapist, I hired one therapist, and I didn't know how it was going to unfold. But again, having that specific vision board, I knew I wanted a team to help me. And so the pandemic really was the catalyst. And I went from having one therapist in October, I would say, to 10 by March. I didn't know how it was going to unfold, but I just trusted. And it was like, I felt like I was a people magnet. Maybe that should be an affirmation too. I was an employee magnet and everyone wanted to just work for me. And it was with ease. It was just so nice to see that people were aligned with my vision and values. And so we have a really good practice of mental health therapists now, 10, and a dietitian. And it's amazing to see how this dream that started in 2011 really unfolded.
That's amazing. And so we worked together last year when you were starting to expand out to additional modalities outside of mental health. And so I'm curious if you wouldn't mind sharing with the listeners, how's your business going now and where do you see it really going in the next 5 years?
Yeah, definitely. So I don't think I've ever told you this, Kendall. Like I manifested working with you as well, because I remember being on the group practice exchange and I think I was just trying to get ideas of different practice owners. And I came across your website and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is such a beautiful website and all the modalities, holistic practice. And that was a year ago. And then I saw you advertising the wellness creators. And I'm like, I need to work with you. It just felt right. And I was so excited. And the cohort of women that was a part of the wellness creators was just amazing. Everyone were so aligned. And again, I was still in the process of hiring therapists at that time, but I knew I wanted a holistic wellness practice. So with your support, outlining the steps of what I would need, I started from wanting a naturopath and you talked about the dietitian. And that just felt even better than having a naturopath to start. And then having the accountability from you and the other women was just amazing. And hearing their stories and their visions, I just feel like it amplified everything and just the steps, to have someone that has been successful in this mentoring us. It was just amazing. And my dietitian, she's doing well, and we're really helping our community and diversifying, not only just doing one-to-one, but doing workshops. And I remember you talking about that. And it just feels so good to have her. And we're hiring another person who's bilingual, another bilingual dietitian. So it's growing the program.
Oh, I love hearing that. And I appreciate you sharing your perspective on our work together. And the cohort that you were in was such a special cohort. And the community that you all created together was so beautiful to witness. And you all are, you're all doing your thing, expanding your practices. And it's just been awesome to see. So where are you going? Where do you really see your life? What are you manifesting next?
I am manifesting $1 million in revenue.
Yes.
Because we've surpassed the original goal of just 6 figures. Like, that happened really fast. And so that takes a lot of energy. So I'm trying to be with other like-minded individuals that are looking to have a holistic practice and generate that type of revenue. I'm looking to expand Healing Springs. We're currently in Connecticut and New York. We have a few therapists that work in New York. So I'm hoping to get into Massachusetts and Rhode Island in, the New England area. Depending where you are, you may not be familiar. So we're looking to expand that, but also expand out more wellness people, because I know that there's such a need for massage therapists. I still definitely want to hire a naturopath, but really focusing on the mind, body, and spirit, especially for people of color.
Yeah.
My practice really focuses on giving access to care for the BIPOC community when it comes to holistic care. So I definitely want to make sure that we're addressing all that and that need. And I just want to have fun.
Yes.
I feel like, just being able to have fun and really get to know different people and practice owners. The most important thing about manifesting is really being able to create the life that you want around your business. And so that's what I'm really honing in, because it was a lot of work in the beginning. And now that we have a solid foundation, I want to make sure that we're having fun, especially myself as an owner, but also my team, and really creating an impact.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. I've just had so much fun having you here and chatting with you. I wonder if you could share with our audience before we close today about your manifesting workshop and your manifesting circle that you have to offer.
Awesome. Yes. So I love doing workshops on creating your abundant life and really being able to manifest, especially again, manifesting your big desires, whether it is a relationship, a thriving business, whatever you desire. So I do a workshop every couple months on manifesting, and the next one will be July 12th from 6 to 8, and that will be online. And if you're interested, definitely reach out, and we will be doing a giveaway as well for a free ticket. So definitely email me, or my social media is Healing Springs Wellness on Instagram. We constantly do the raffles.
And when we roll out the podcast episode, we'll have all of the contact information there.
Great. And then for people that have gone through the workshop and still want some accountability and being able to practice these tools, we have a manifesting circle that's going to be meeting once a month with other like-minded individuals who are also trying to manifest their big desires. And that will help to amplify and hold you accountable. So that will be once a month, and we're working on the date right now as far as the release, but you can definitely check my social media as well for that information.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being here, Shawniel.
Thank you for having me. It was such an honor.
We'll talk soon. Thanks so much for listening to the Wellness Center Creators Podcast. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please visit our website at wellnesscentercreators.com for more show notes and additional episodes. Plus, if you do have time, please subscribe to the podcast and please consider rating and reviewing the show. That will help other people find us. Thanks again for listening, and we'll catch you next time on the Wellness Center Creators Podcast.